here's a story of our dear Ocoee, whose glory they stole.
That was a clip from the new docuseries Ocoee, which recounts what many refer to as the bloodiest day in modern American political history. Yesterday marked the 100th anniversary since the city of Ocoee, Florida, just outside of Orlando, was burned down in a violent massacre which began as an attempt to suppress black voters.
And on today, Election Day, two filmmakers want to make sure that we all remember to honor those who were killed in that terrible tragedy. So joining us now is the writer, director of the film, Aaron J. Salgado, and its producer, David Ortiz. And Aaron, we just said the massacre labeled by many as the bloodiest day in modern American political history. So then the question is, why don't more people know about it? Why aren't we taught this in school?
Well, unfortunately, when the massacre originally happened, the local newspapers labeled it a race riot. It wasn't until around 75 years later that a group of activists in the Central Florida area really started doing some research and dug up the facts. And then Ocoee, I believe, as a city, went on and had a proclamation where they actually did name it a massacre.
And Aaron, you're recounting this story in a unique way. It's a mix of narration and musical elements, almost like a music video. Why is it, and why was it so important for you to tell the story this way?
You know, I've always been a fan of mixed media art. When Dave and I spoke about making this documentary, the story had been hidden and untold for so long that this time around we wanted to make sure that it stuck with people and it's something that they took with them for the remainder of the day. And, you know, musicals are something that really embeds in us. I think one of your co-hosts was just singing a Hamilton tune a couple seconds ago. So, you know, we thought it was the most potent way for us to be able to tell this story. Over the summer, Governor DeSantis signed an education bill requiring Florida high schools to start teaching the Ocoee Massacre. And we thought that this would be a great way for the kids to actually gravitate to the material.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I was that co-host singing, I am not throwing away my shot. So yes, the power of music embedded in storytelling is so, it stays with you and you remember it and it reminds you of what we're supposed to be focused on. David, I want to bring you into this. What are you hoping people take away from this docuseries on this election day?
Well, when Aaron first told me the story, not only as the writer-director, but also as the producer of the project, you know, we talked about the fact that we're such a divided country at the moment, and there are parts of the documentary that some people might see as a hidden agenda, but we really want it to feel as though this is about honoring the victims who lost their lives that night. It's about what is important for us to recognize our history and to educate one another about what actually happened and understand that nobody today is responsible for the actions that happened. But we really need to have honest conversations in order to move forward as a country and as a community. For us, our intention was simply to teach history, and that's American history. It's not a black or white issue. It's a history about something that happened in America and help mold our country. And yes, it's a tragic event, but our goal is that it begins to be able to open conversations, and it's less about being divisive and more about being able to go ahead and find more about the story, which we're excited about sharing with everyone.
And David, people will say this happened 100 years ago. That was forever ago. But really, this is something that had a ripple effect that's impacting Ocoee today.
That's really interesting because Ocoee was known as a sundown town into the mid-'80s, meaning African Americans were not allowed or not welcome in the town until 85 or so. And so when we went there as part of our research, we discovered there's a land, a hallowed ground called the hallowed ground, where unfortunately it's a mass grave, and that's where bodies are buried. And there's a whole story that Aaron has crafted so incredibly well that we're excited to share with everyone about just what it actually isn't that long ago. But again, we need to be able to recognize our past, to learn from it, to move forward together.
All right, you are right about that. Thank you, Aaron J. Salgado and David Ortiz. Ocoee, the 4-part docuseries, is now available on the Click TV app. Amy, our ABC affiliate in Orlando, also aired a documentary on this. It was heavy. It was tough to watch, but it was important. It also gave me hope, and it's relevant to today. And so
yeah, we have to deal with the uncomfortable
right.
to get to a place where we can be comfortable. You worked in Orlando too and hadn't heard of this.
That is correct. I worked in that community, had never heard of it. Wow. And when I saw that documentary there on WFTV, I will tell you that it pointed out that history has to be acknowledged the right way.
Well, it's a powerful documentary. We hope everyone goes out and watches it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.